The weeks after their shared umbrella moment passed quickly, like petals floating down a gentle stream. Amin and Samia's friendship had begun to blossom into something more, though neither of them dared to name it yet. Every day felt lighter, every laugh lingered longer, and every glance carried an unspoken warmth. It was a bright Monday morning, and the campus was bustling with students hurrying to their lectures. Amin was sitting under the old banyan tree near the library, a sketchbook open on his lap. He wasn't much of an artist, but doodling helped him relax, and lately, Samia had found her way into almost every sketch. As he was drawing a small caricature of a girl with long hair laughing under a tree, he heard her voice. "Amin, you're doodling again, aren't you?" He looked up and saw Samia approaching with her usual radiant smile. She had a stack of books in her arms, but somehow she carried herself with effortless grace. "Caught me," he said sheepishly, closing the sketchbook. "I was just, practicing." "Practicing what? How to make girls laugh," she teased, sitting beside him. "Maybe," he admitted, smiling. "Or maybe just trying to capture something beautiful." Samia's cheeks flushed slightly, though she tried to hide it. I hope I don't end up in one of your sketches looking weird." "Impossible," Amin said earnestly. "You look perfect no matter how I draw you." For a moment, neither spoke. The breeze rustled the leaves above them, carrying the scent of jasmine from the nearby garden. It was peaceful, almost magical. Amin felt his heart thumping, louder than ever, as if it were trying to tell him something. Later that week, the college announced a cultural festival. Students were busy forming groups for music, dance, and drama competitions. Samia and Amin found themselves in the same team for a short play, a romantic comedy that the drama teacher promised would be fun, light, and memorable. Amin had never acted before, and the thought of performing in front of the entire college made him nervous. But with Samia by his side, he felt braver than ever. She was always encouraging, her laughter a soothing balm for his nerves. During their first rehearsal, Samia noticed how tense Amin was. "Relax," she whispered, nudging him gently. "Just pretend it's a normal conversation like we always have." Amin nodded, taking a deep breath. "You make it sound so easy," he said, glancing at her. "You'll be amazing," she said simply, giving him a reassuring smile. "Trust me." As the rehearsals continued, Amin and Samia's chemistry on stage became obvious. Every time they delivered a line together, their glances lingered, their smiles met in quiet understanding. The drama teacher even complimented them, saying, "You two have natural timing, like you've been working together for years." Amin couldn't help but feel a strange mix of excitement and fear. Was this more than just acting? One evening, after a long day of rehearsals, Amin and Samia walked through the quiet campus, the sun dipping behind the buildings. "Do you ever think about what comes after college?" Samia asked, her voice soft, almost hesitant. "Sometimes," Amin admitted. "It's scary to think about the future. Everything changes so fast." "I know," she said, "but some things I hope they never change." She glanced at him, and he felt a flutter in his chest. "What do you mean?" he asked carefully, afraid to read too much into her words. "I mean, friends, laughter, moments like this," she said. "People come and go, but some memories, I want them to last." Amin looked at her, really looked. There was a sincerity in her eyes that made his heart ache with longing. "I hope I get to make some of those memories with you," he said softly. She smiled, and this time it felt different, warmer, closer, like the world had shrunk to just the two of them walking under the fatting sun. The day of the cultural festival arrived, and the college auditorium buzzed with excitement. Amin was backstage, nervously adjusting his costume, while Samia gave him an encouraging pat. "You'll do great," she said, her voice steady, though Amin noticed her own hands trembling slightly. They performed beautifully. Their lines were delivered naturally, their laughter contagious, and by the time the final scene ended, the audience erupted in applause. Amin felt a rush of joy, not just from the performance, but because he had shared it with Samia. Afterward, as they stepped out into the cool evening air, Amin found himself walking a little closer to her. The streets were quiet, and the sky was painted with streaks of orange and pink. "Thanks for everything today," he said, his voice quieter than usual. "You were amazing," Samia replied, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I think we make a good team." "Yes," Alamin said, looking down at her. "The best team." And then, without thinking, without warning, he did something he had been dreaming of for months. He reached out, gently taking her hand. Samia froze for a moment, then looked at him. Her cheeks flushed, but her hand didn't pull away. "Alamin," she whispered. I just wanted you to know I really like you," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "Not just as a friend, I mean more than that." For a heartbeat, silence hung between them. Then, slowly, a smile spread across Samia's face, soft and radiant. "I like you too," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. "I think I have for a while." Alamin's heart soared. He couldn't believe it. The girl he had been dreaming about was finally sharing his feelings. Slowly, hesitantly, their fingers intertwined, and for the first time they walked together, hand in hand, feeling a warmth that had nothing to do with the sun or the evening breeze. That night, as Alamin lay in bed, replaying the events of the day, he couldn't stop smiling. Samia's hand in his, her soft words, her shy smile, it all felt like a dream. For Samia, it was the same. She had never imagined that friendship could turn into something so sweet, so real. Every moment with Alamin felt like a memory she wanted to hold on to forever. And as the stars twinkled outside their windows, both of them knew one thing. This was only the beginning of something beautiful. Something that neither time nor distance could easily erase.